What's up guys, Karataka here, and today I'm here with another Digimon deck profile. Today we'll be doing a deck profile on the Omnimon Ultra S deck that came out straight from EX-04. So for the starting Digitamons, we are running 4 of the Tsunamon. So if you play if you evolve, the Digimon can draw 1, which is kind of the whole gimmick of the deck. Just Digi-evolving each other, so that's nice. Level 7s, we're running 3 of the Omnimon Ultra S. You should probably bump this up to 4 if you have the space for it. Honestly, 3 or 4 is fine. I guess if you're running 4, you'll see it more often when you need it, but yeah, I'm running 3 for now. I might bump it back up to 4 if I have too many problems not getting it, but 3 has been fine for me so far. Next, for the level 6s, we're running 4 of the Blitz Greymon and 4 of the Garurumon. These are the main Digimon you need to go into your Omnimon, so we're running 4 of each just so we have maximized our chances of getting it. By itself, I think these 2 Digimon are also okay. This one bounces up a total cost of 6. The other one lets you Digivolve 3 of your opponent's Digimon by 1. So they're okay. Inherent skill wise, the Blitz Greymon is a bit better because when you attack, if you have an Omnimon in your Digimon's name, you can just straight up trash one of your opponent's security, which is pretty good. We're not running the Ultra S, Ultra B in this deck, just because that card's a little bit slow, and you won't be able to go into it the first turn you go into Ultra S. So I don't really think there's too much of a need for it, because by the time you can use the skill to trash 2 more security, I think that's what it does. It's kind of a win more card. So I think just running the core of these 3 is enough. Before I was running 3-3-3, and I didn't see these 2 guys enough, so I bumped these up back to 4 just so I can see them a little bit more often. Yeah, ratios, if you guys want to run something a little bit more, run a little bit more side options, then you can cut these out for those, I guess. Next, for the level 5s, we're just running 4 of the Metal Greymon and 4 of the Garurumon. They have this pretty much the same effect. They just help each other. If you have the Metal Greymon, then you can help Digivolve the Garurumon. If you could have the Garurumon, it helps you Digivolve the Greymon. And then Inherent Skill, it just gives you blocker, and they both have blocker. So these are kind of here to help you stall out a bit to get your combo pieces, but they're nothing too special. For the level 4s, we're also running 4 of the Greymons and 4 of the Garurumons. Again, they do pretty much the same thing. They help you Digivolve into the other one. And for the Inherent Skill, they give you Reboot. So Reboot with the blocker is actually pretty good. By the time you can go into your Blitz Greymon or Garurumon, you're going to have pretty tanky blockers that can help you stay alive until you go into your Ultra S. But sometimes being a 12k blocker isn't enough, because there's quite a bit of big beaters in the game right now, and they don't really have damage prevention or destruction prevention. So you still gotta be careful when you choose to push out your Digimon. But at least the chances of it getting beat down is not as high, because you have Reboot, unless you're playing against a deck that can attack unsuspended stuff, which I guess there's a lot of red decks that can now with the charge effect. So yeah. Alright. For the other level 4, we're running 3 of the Greymon from BT12. This was the one that helps you play a Tai Chi for free, or a Tai Chi card, a card with Tai Chi's in its name. So obviously this is very good to help you cheat out a Tai Chi and Mat. So running it for that reason, and the extra 1000 is not bad, because it gives you extra 1,000, so your Blitz Greymon or Omnimon can become a 13. It doesn't buff the Crescarumon because it's not a Greymon or Omnimon, but there's enough targets in this deck for the 1k to matter. So that's pretty good. Next, for the level 3s, we're just running 4 of each of the Agumons and Gabumons. On play, you can search for a Garurumon and a Agumon or Greymon. So if you have the Gabumon, it searches for a Garurumon and then Agumon or Greymon. And then if you have the Agumon, it searches for a Gabumon or it searches for a Greymon and then a Gabumon or Garurumon. And the inherit skills lets you get 1 memory back if you Digivolve another Digimon. So pretty good, because if you didn't know, I think I forgot to mention this, but your special evolutions, like your Greymons and your Garurumons and whatnot, they help when you evolve by their effects. You can reduce the cost by 2, so that's pretty good. That way, even if you do Digivolve into your stuff on your turn, it's not going to give your opponent too much memory. But the main problem for this deck is bricking. Sometimes you might not have the right Garurumon or Greymon in your hand, and then that would help. That would brick you, which is a bit of a problem. But we'll go over some of the things that we can do to prevent bricking later. One of the things actually is the Searcher Agumon. So on play, you can look at the top 4 cards of your deck and grab a Greymon or an Omegamon, and then you can also grab a card with Tai in its name. So I really like this Agumon because it can search for any Tai. So it's not just a solo Tai, you can search for a Tai with a partner. So it's really good for that. And it can search for half the deck. You can search for all your Omnimons, and it can help you search for Greymons. So hopefully in the future they'll make a Gabumon that's similar. Hopefully they release a Rivals set or second in command set or something like that, and that they would buff all the second in command people. But that's probably not coming anytime soon. But yeah, 4 of the PT12 Agumons. Next, for the Tamers, we're running four of the Yamato and Tai. So whenever your Agumon or Gabumon is placed, you can get 1 memory. And then the second effect is if you Digivolve into a Gabumon or a Greymon, you can play a Gabumon. If you Digivolve into a Greymon or a Garurumon, you can play either a Agumon or a Gabumon, depending on which one that you Digivolve into. If you Digivolve into a Greymon, then you can play a Gabumon. If you Digivolve into a Garurumon, then you can play a Agumon. So pretty good. The effect just works with itself, so it's pretty nice. And yeah, this is only if you have 1 Digimon on the field. If you have 2 Digimon on the field, you won't be able to do that. So please keep that in mind as well. Next, for the other tamer, we are running 2 Nokias. So finally, Nokia, our girl, is seeing some play again. So her effect is on play, you can play a Agumon or a Gabumon for free. And then the second effect is if you Digivolve into a Greymon, Garurumon, or Omegamon, you can rest this tamer to get to reduce the cost by 1. So obvious reason why you should play Nokia in this deck. This whole deck is just Agumon and Greymons. Greymons and Garurumon, so you're just gonna be able to reduce the cost. I actually would like to play her at 3, maybe? Or even possibly 4. Just because if you have 4 on the field, you'll be able to much go into your Omnimon for almost free. So that would be pretty nice, but sometimes you will break in your hand if you're already kind of set up, so yeah. not running more for that reason. Also, space is kind of tight. I'm not sure what kind of support this deck will get later on, but hopefully it'll give us more variety in effects so that we don't have to rely on just these copy and paste effects. Last but not least, we're running 2 black memory boosts. This card is kind of obvious why it's here, to prevent you from bricking. This will help you search for the piece that you need. Search for pretty much anything in this deck except for your Alter S because it's a white card, but you can search for everything else. So when I said we're trying to minimize our chances of bricking, what I meant is pretty much everything in this deck that isn't something that helps you evolve into the Alter S will help you search. So your Agumons here help you search for Omnimons and Greymons. These help you search for the rest of the deck, and these also help you search for the rest of the deck. So the deck itself, it synergizes really well with itself, but I just feel like it's kind of limited in its playstyle. But you're just trying to go into the Omnimon and then try to go for game, but there's not really much variance that you can do. So that's why I'm kind of waiting for more cards for this deck to come out later. Right now, to me, this feels kind of like the Omegamon deck that came out in EX-03. After EX-03, I don't think it got much support, but I think it's a fun deck. I think that deck's a little bit more fun than this deck, though. This deck is just you either have the cards that you need to go into Omnimon, or you have to wait. So a little bit boring in that sense, but overall I think the idea is nice. I kind of like the idea where your Digimon can help each other digivolve into your other ones so that you can go into your Alter S. Feels very anime, even though the anime doesn't use the black versions. But anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. Overall, deck's fun, but could have a little bit more variance in my opinion. If you guys want to support the channel, feel free to use the links down below. But that's pretty much it for this deck profile, guys. I am still working on some of the stuff from BT12. I think I'm done soon. I updated the Shine Greymon deck with some of the stuff from EX-04, so I'll probably skip the BT12 version of the build and just go straight into EX-04. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Kartaku, and I'll see you guys next time.